bells jingle, all the way. What fun it is to ride a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells jingle, all the way. What fun it is to ride a one-horse open sleigh.
Hi guys, for today's video I have this cool tone winter makeup look which I think is perfect for the holidays. I'm starting off by prepping my lips with some Rosebud Salve. This literally saves my lips, it is so amazing. And then for my eyes, I definitely want that nice sharp edge, so I'm going in with some tape, putting it on the back of my hand a couple times so it's not super sticky and won't tug at my eyes that much when removing it, and putting that on my eyes, and my eyes are already primed and set. For the eyeshadow, I'm using the Modern Renaissance by Anastasia as well as the Morphe and Kathleehlights palette. You can definitely only use one of these, but I wanted to use two because this is the exact look that I wore in my previous videos, and some of you asked me to do this look, so I wanted to create the exact same look like I said. So I used Warm Taupe from the Modern Renaissance in combination with the mauve shade from the Kathleehlights Morphe palette on an M433, and I really wanted to build that up in my crease and make sure that was nice and blended out. And then for my outer corner, I'm taking Venetian Red from the Modern Renaissance palette mixed with the Cranberry shade from the Morphe and Kathleehlights palette and really packing this on my outer corner. I love the color that these two made mixed together. It was like a really beautiful, intense cranberry shade. Here I'm just doing some more blending. This is definitely one of those looks that calls for a lot of blending and kind of doesn't look the best until you're all done with it. So I'm just taking my time and really blending all of those mauve and purple shades together. And then I'm going back in and adding a little bit more of those two cranberry shades mixed together and again blending. To deepen everything up a little, I'm taking the tiniest bit of Cypress Umber. This eyeshadow is so pigmented. It's basically just a deep, rich brown. And I'm taking the tiniest bit, like I said, and really lightly dusting this on my outer corner just to add a little bit more depth and dimension there. This is Colourpop Super Shock Shadow in the shade I Heart This. It is my favorite Colourpop shadow. It is a metallic finish. It is basically just a silver shade with some glitters in there. It is super metallic. So I'm just taking this on my finger. Colourpop shadows are definitely applied best with a finger, and I absolutely love how the silver and the glitter looks playing with the mauve and purple shades on my eye as well. Once I have that lid shade all applied, I'm going in with the same blending brush with no additional product and just really blending those edges, making sure it's all nice and diffused, the crease in the outer corner, and there's no harsh lines. And then I'm going to be removing my tape, and you should be left with a nice sharp line like this. I went ahead and applied my mascara off camera, and then I also did my foundation, my concealer, my powder, and my brows off camera. I will have everything I used down below. Back to the eyes, I'm taking the same Venetian Red as well as the Cranberry shade and running this on the outer half of my lower lash line, and then I even decided to kind of connect it to that harsh line going up on my upper lash line. So again, everything is kind of connected from like where my wing would be down to the outer half of my lower lash line. And then I use the Creme shade in the Morphe Kathleehlights palette to highlight my brow bone. And for my inner corner, I'm taking Nylon from MAC, and I'm really going ham with the highlight here. I really wanted a really bright inner corner. So again, I'm focusing this on the inner corner as well as kind of dragging that down on the inner half of my lower lash line. Now for my face, I'm going to be going in with the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I really love a bronzy look, but for this particular look, I definitely wanted to keep it a little more cool tone and have a little bit more focus on the contour and not necessarily such a warm bronzer. So this bronzer is definitely perfect because it's a little light for my skin tone as well as having a nice neutral to cool undertone. So it definitely adds a nice color without being too warm. For my contour, I'm going in with my Tartiest contour palette, and I'm taking the darker of the two contour shades. Again, I wanted something a little bit more intense, so I'm just kind of blending that on my face and making sure my cheekbones are nice and structured, and I'm also going to be taking that like on the sides of my face and up onto my temples. And just to clean up my contour and to give it that nice sharp line, I'm taking the banana powder in the contour shade on a little angled brush and just going right underneath my contour. Again, I've really been liking to do this to further blend my contour, to make it a little sharp and just to clean things up. For today's highlighter, I'm using Colourpop Smoke and Whistles, and as you can see, it literally just like totally fell out of the pan and crumbled when it hit the floor. I was like, it was so funny, but I was so shocked at the same time because it was like a brand new highlighter and I had like never used it. So I was able to easily put it back into place and press it in. The Colourpop shadows are like super good in that way. They just kind of press back inside the pan. But I absolutely love this shade. Again, this is Smoke and Whistles. It's definitely a beautiful cool tone highlighter, which you guys know I don't use a lot of the time, so this was definitely different for me, but I loved it so much. And then I went ahead and topped off Smoke and Whistles with the Makeup Forever Pro Sculpting Duo in number 1. They do sell these like individually now, it's just the highlighter, and I'm super intrigued to get my hand on number 2, which is the gold shade, but I absolutely love this highlighting shade, and together they just made such a bright, cool tone icy highlight, which went so well with the eyes. And for the lips, I decided to go for this pretty purple color that I thought matched the eyes and my shirt exactly, and this is a Colourpop Ultra Matte in the shade R&B. And that completes this makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this winter inspired holiday look. Definitely make sure to check out my Instagram because you guys know I took a bunch of selfies. I just love this look so much. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one.